Hey there, Cancer. This is a reading for mid-April 2020. We're going to be looking at the full moon in Libra, which occurs on April 16th or 17th, depending on where you are in the world. And we're going to see what that full moon can help you release, what it can help you embrace, and how it can help you prepare for the rest of the month. And we will get some specifics and clarify with tarot cards. So the full moon in Libra can help you release Gatekeeper, misfortune. So some type of upset, disappointment, loss, or unfulfilled need will be released. In terms of embracing, you have partnership. Teamwork will give you a better result. Find trustworthy people to partner with. Build up a talented support team. So perhaps the misfortune was, you doing things on your own, but we'll clarify with that. And here, figuring out who you can trust, who you work well with, who you can rely on. That's something to embrace. And how this full moon can prepare you for the rest of the month. You have distant thunder, clear the air. So it seems that there might be some kind of chaos lingering out there, but once the storm passes through, then you'll have some clarity. So let's take a look at this releasing misfortune for you, Cancer. What should we know about that? You have 7 of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. So the Page of Pentacles is kind of an indication of learning the value of something. It could be studying, it could be, being shown how to do something. The 7 of Cups, it's a sense of fantasies, imaginations, possibly being led by things that you think you want, but really your heart would have to lead the way to show you exactly what it is you want. You could possibly be led or kind of, it's making me think of fool's gold. Pursuing what you think is treasure, but it's not really treasure. And then you have the Hanged Man, which is a sense of needing to surrender, not struggle against something, and getting a new perspective in that process. And really, there is a sense of kind of facing the reality of the influence your ego has on things. So, and the ego really does kind of play into the 7 of Cups, because it's really kind of testing your desires there. So let's look at partnership and embracing this teamwork. You have 5 of Wands, which is, it's about conflict. You have 5 of Swords. It's about conflict. It's about instability. And the Five of Swords is, unlike the Five of Wands, where people are kind of just swinging their wands, possibly because they're trying to assert their own desires and goals and just not on the same page with everyone. It's not like they're trying to cause harm, they're just trying to progress forward the way that they know how. And the Five of Swords, in contrast, is this individual is going to take everybody down. So the Five of Swords it's a sense of false victories. Kind of like Seven of Cups, the sense of like false rewards, potentially false rewards. And the Five of Swords really is kind of needing to know when to walk away from a lose-lose situation. Let's pull one more card. You have the Ace of Swords. This is about victory, but also honesty. It's about clarity and communication and doing what's right. So let's see about clear the air. This is what the full moon is kind of preparing you for. You have the Four of Pentacles, and it's about kind of like stability for yourself, making sure that you're taken care of. And for some people, it could be a sense of saving some money, kind of finally getting a place where you are building up your fortune for the future. This Four of Pentacles, this guy seems super shady and is really about self-preservation. So let's see what else we have here with this needing to clear the air. You have the Devil card, and you have the Four of Wands, which is about home, freedom, celebrating milestones. So with the Devil card, it's a sense of taking shortcuts, making decisions for the wrong reasons, short-term gains, and even kind of a negative self-talk, negative habits, where, the ultimate goal of these, addictions, habits, like limiting beliefs, negative beliefs, is to protect yourself or to make it so that you are better off than someone else. That's a limiting mindset because everyone should be well off. And within thinking that abundance is there for everyone has access to it. They just need to find their legitimate way to access it. Then there should be no you lose and I win. You have nothing, so I have. So it seems like perhaps there are some kind of winning at all costs types of thoughts here. Concepts, I should say. And let's take a look at this a little bit more. it's interesting. The full moon in Libra, the energy of that for you, Cancer, is in the fourth house of home, and that can apply to family, could apply to your past growing up, and a sense of what you call home, your sense of security. So the Four of Wands here, that's kind of a sense of home. Also, for some, it's a sense of celebrating milestones, marriages, engagements. But ultimately, it's, the Four of Wands are kind of like two people coming together, each with their two wands. They've chosen a path that brought them to each other, and now they're kind of free to pursue a life together, and move forward with their paths. But it's a sense of a home, in the sense that they serve as like a foundation for each other. So let's go back over here to this misfortune, the Seven of Cups here. This is what the full moon in Libra will help you release. You have Two of Swords, decisions. So it seems like you have maybe a lot of options, a lot of desires, and you really are going to have to make a decision. Two of Swords is, I believe that, is that a Moon and Libra card? But basically, it's the fear and anxiety that prevents someone from making decisions. But with the swords, you just have to look at the facts and, with reason, take the lesser of the two evils, because it is probably, either way you go, either decision you make, it's probably not, the best decision in the whole world, or the worst decision in the whole world. And let's see what the Page of Pentacles is about. You have the Three of Wands. It says vision on the card. It's about, expansion, a way to success. So with the Page of Pentacles, it's almost as if maybe you're learning something, studying something, some type of apprenticeship, working a job that you thought you think, will help open doors, get you connected. And let's take a look at the Hanged Man here. You have the Eight of Swords, isolation. I think of it more as not an isolation. The Eight of Swords is more of feeling restricted, feeling like someone else has the power over you, feeling that you can't do something on your own because the powers that be won't let you. And it is about the way you're thinking about things. The Hanged Man is kind of surrendering to the situation, and through that surrender is kind of spending that time thinking about their position, their desires, what it is that they truly want, their ability to get that, and also a connection with their outside world. So here it seems the release of misfortune may have to do with what it is you're trying to accomplish that gives you a sense of value in terms of people, connecting with people, learning, growing, advancing, and then feeling that you're not advancing or you're not moving forward. Um, but there's a certain sense of thinking, there is someone that has, and there is someone in charge and someone in power and someone who is kind of gets everything versus you unable to get because they are. So, in a sense, the full moon in Libra is going to help you release the misfortune of thinking that your life is at, the, what's the word I'm looking for? I know there's a word, is not just under control of someone else, the whim of someone else, but really it's you have the control over it. So let's see what you can embrace with this partnership, because you do have this instability and conflict, and it does have to do with other people. But here it's kind of trying to remind you that you need to find people you trust in the first place to partner with, and having help and support, that's a good way to go about things, not really just seeing people as your enemy or your competition where their success means your failure. Let's look at the Five of Swords. You have the Ten of Discs, or Ten of Pentacles, establishment. So again, it's the concept of abundance, really. If there's enough for everyone, then it's really not a need for having this stance of all or nothing, winner takes all, where you have to lose for me to win. Let's look at the Five of Wands. You have the Star here. And this card is about healing, balance, hope, clarity. And what I'm kind of sensing is when there's a conflict that comes up, you really just need to recognize your own your own position in life, and you need to be balanced. You need to look at things from a sense of a balanced mind and heart, a sense of your emotions and even your physical well-being, just being balanced. Because when you have a sense of balance, you have a sense of clear mindedness and able to see things in a way that's kind of hopeful for everyone, and not just kind of sticking to old habits, old beliefs, old mindsets. And that sense of clarity can allow new thoughts, new innovations, new ways of communicating, succeeding in life. So let's clarify the Ace of Swords. You have the Hierophant here. So that's a sense of, learning about what's right, learning about your connection to others, and when things are not great, when you make that decision where it's not a great outcome, no matter what. You need a sense of faith. You need a sense of being connected with others and a sense that you'll be able to move forward and kind of persevere, and that the next decision you make is probably going to be, you know, different. Um, but here with this partnership, it's almost like a sense of having a support system. Like Hierophant is also, can be seen as an institution, not just a spiritual institution. Traditionally, it's the churches and so forth, but just an institution that can support you. It can also, be an expert, counselor, someone that you trust for sure. And that's what this kind of, embracing partnership is about, is getting that support so that you can, deal with the hard times and celebrate the good ones. So let's look at what this devil is over here in, distant thunder, clearing the air. Clearing the air is almost, that phrase is kind of used when there's like a disagreement or a fight and there's just misunderstandings on, all sides. And then the truth needs to come out. That's how usually that you clear the air. So let's take a look at this devil here. You have the 5 of discs, destitution. So this is a sense of not having enough, focusing on what you want rather than what you actually need. And it's a sense of almost like a not being enough. It's that limiting mindset of, um, someone has and I don't. And maybe that person is the cause of why I don't have. And so here, this person, the 4 of Pentacles, is all about making sure they keep their 4 of Pentacles close to them. So let's take a look at that 4 of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Swords, clarity, another card. Well, you already had the Ace of Swords, but the Star was also kind of a sense of clarity. Hangman's also a sense of clarity and having a new perspective about things. So here with the Ace of Swords clarifying this 4 of Pentacles, it's almost you getting the truth about what it means to feel secure and what it means to have foundation and stability. So let's see what the 4 of Wands is in this clear the air. Queen of Swords, sense of independence, which is interesting. The 4 of Wands is usually a sense of, um, people coming together to celebrate. But the Queen of Swords and the independence is really kind of truthful communication. It's honestly communicating with reason, with logic, with the goal of there to be kind of like fairness. And so here with the 4 of Wands, it is a sense of freedom, but in the sense it's also stability. Freedom because you have, you found a partner that can kind of support you. And so you're free to do things that maybe you wouldn't have done on your own. Sorry, there is like a little bug or fly kind of coming around me. Um, and with the Queen of Swords, it's a sense of having the knowledge that you can kind of overcome anything. You can be independent. You can lose, you know, you could have 5 pentacles, lose one and have 4, but you can get, you know, 2 more somewhere else. So really it seems like this is how you see haves and have-nots and your connection with others in that process. So I'm hoping this provides a helpful perspective of the rest of the month to get a clearer view of things. Be sure to check out your readings for your sun, moon, and rising signs, and we'll see you next time. Take care.